Hi Aries, and welcome to your May monthly predictions reading. I'm filming your reading at night time, and we're doing it outside as well using the not natural lighting. Can you imagine? It would just be completely dark. But welcome Aries. I'm excited to do this prediction for you today. We're going to be looking at the month of May and getting general predictions. If you're interested in love predictions specifically, I do have a reading for you that will last until mid-May. So I'm going to put that in here, and I will also have that at the end for you as well. So Aries, let's get into it. This reading is intended for Aries, Sun, Moon, Risings, or those who have strong Aries placements in their chart. So if you're not an Aries and you're here checking up on your favorite Aries person, you're more than welcome to cross-watch. I just need you to know that I'm a very honest tarot reader, so you may hear or see something that you don't like, okay? Let's get into it. We're going to start with this deck. Let's have a look, Aries, at the main theme you can expect to experience in the month of May. For Aries, please, Spirit. What is the main theme Aries can expect to experience? Okay, we have rose quartz coming out for you. Another sign actually got this card as well, so you may have messages in multiple signs. Rose quartz is associated with the air element, the number 27, Uranus, and the root chakra as well. So it's interesting. As a main theme, I'm picking up on a few things. I see transitions, I see determination and movement. I also see you maybe navigating and trying a few different things, some new ideas, some new ways of doing things. It's making me think that you're going to have the opportunity to try multiple things before you commit to any one thing. Kind of like trying things on for size is what I see. And I think with Uranus here, the goal, Aries, for you is to be sure before you commit yourself to it long term. Your heart is playing a role in this, but I think it's more about doing what you feel is best, especially with the root chakra here. You want to be very sure about what you're kind of grounding in your life here. So let's get into it. We're going to break this down week by week now, starting with that first week of May. What can Aries expect, Spirit, in that first week of May? We have the High Priestess coming out in the upright position, Aries. So that first week of May, there's some enigmas here. There's a bit of mystery, even for me as the reader. I'm seeing an opportunity here to kind of go a bit slow. Rushing through a situation like that isn't going to get you anywhere. You almost need to stay connected to the pulse of life when that moment comes, when an opportunity like the High Priestess card comes. So it makes me think that you're being called to slow down in the first week of May and to kind of have a more laid back, go with the flow approach to life. I feel like there are some things happening in the background here. You may be giving a lot of attention towards your spiritual practices in that week, if you are a spiritual person. But more than anything, there seems to be a kind of blasé surface and a lot of a strong undercurrent, if that makes sense. Spirit, what is happening here in week 1 for Aries? What is the main challenge in week 1? This will tell us more about what you are experiencing here. What is the main challenge in week 1 for Aries? What is the main challenge? Okay, we're showing me the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse position. So as a challenge, this is saying that we're trying to rush a process, or we're trying to skip through the details in order to get to the outcome, bypassing the finer details. I think that you do need to be more go with the flow here in that first week of May. I see that Knight of Pentacles reversed as of Pentacles reversed as an opportunity here for you to look at the way that you're doing things. If it's not working, or if it's not going the way that you're expecting it to go, what could you do differently? What process may you follow instead? However, I think that it's a case of wanting instant gratification for something that may take some time. So if you can't rush it, you've got to kind of be in this energy of enjoying the process, sadly. I only say sadly because I'm a very impatient person too, Aries. Let's get the advice for that week, please, for Aries, Spirit. What is the advice for Aries? We have Gnosis coming out. So So the truth will be revealed in due time. Gnosis is almost that higher level truth coming out, the all-knowing truth coming out, which tells me that more information will be revealed to you. Your feeling of like, I don't have enough info, or I'm really in the dark here, is actually pretty spot on with that High Priestess. You are definitely waiting for more information to come, and the bigger picture is wanting to come your way. Your advice with Gnosis is to pay attention to what you do know. Spirit's almost saying stick to the truth, stick to the facts. Try not to get too confused by that strong undercurrent, as I do feel events are transpiring in the days to come. So let's have a look at that second week now, Aries. What is happening over here in week 2 for Aries, please, Spirit? Week 2 of May. What is happening for Aries in week 2? We have 2 cards that want to present themselves for you. We have the High Priestess, excuse me, again. Well, we have a similar card. We have the Hierophant and the Knight of Wands reverse. So Hierophant is upright in this in your spread, but the Knight of Wands is reversed. I keep wanting to say High Priestess. It's still on the tip of my tongue. So how do I feel about this for you? Week 2 is going to present challenges if you try to make things too complicated, because I see with the Hierophant here, there is a traditional aspect of that week, a feeling of you trying to follow some sort of process or some sort of tradition, conforming in some ways. You're almost wanting to play by the rules here. And then with the Knight of Wands, it feels like we have to eliminate spontaneity, chaos, and the unexpected. So I kind of feel like that second week is you either getting advice from a professional to help you, and they're telling you like play by play, this is what you need to do, or it's just you trying to adhere to the traditions of something, trying to make sure that you do things right and that you don't rush them. That Knight of Wands reversed makes me think that the goal for this is that we're not rushing the process and that we're doing things the right way, so that there's no missteps or accidents or chaos seems to be the word. Let's have a look at what your main challenge that week will be. What's Aries' main challenge? We have the Chariot reverse. So your main challenge here is your desire to move forward. You seem to be wanting to move forward. You're really kind of pushing this to move forward. I think with the Chariot reversed, you need to be aware of the fact that going slow does not mean stopping. You are seemingly frustrated with the speed of this, or you're nervous about the movement, the momentum. I feel like in that second week, things are either going too slow or too fast. Unfortunately, that's the way things are going for you right now. But I think with the Chariot reverse, the main reason you're concerned about the movement is because you're afraid. So you really need to address those fears more than anything, because those fears are what are standing in your way with that main challenge. Let's have a look at your advice here in the second week for Aries, please, Spirit. What is their advice for Aries? Okay, a card came out, but it didn't flip over, so let's see what it is. The Mountain. The Mountain is interesting. It's the number 33. So the Mountain gave me goosebumps just then. It is telling you to keep your eye on the prize. When I think of the mountain, I think of the road less traveled, right? Nobody walks up a mountain just because they, well, actually, that is something that I like to do. I love to walk up mountains just because I want to. But anyway, the idea of it is that it's challenging. It takes hard work. It takes dedication. And I believe that the goal here is to keep your eye on the sky, in the sense of we're doing this for a reason. We want quality over quantity. We're not doing this because it's easy. We're not doing this because there's a cheat way to do it or a shortcut. We want that 100% gold standard quality, right? So I think with Mountain here, you need to, in terms of your advice, keep your eye on the sky. I think this Mountain is also encouraging you to put the quality into your efforts in the second week. Quality over quantity. It makes me think of fables of dwarves mining in the mountains, and this idea that mountains hold secret treasures, and if you can just slug it out and put in the effort and the hard work to mine find them, the treasures are yours. So I do think that that second week is really encouraging you to not give up and to really consider the quality of your efforts here towards your goals in the second week. So what about that third week for Aries spirit? What is happening in that third week of May? Okay, they want to give me the Seven of Wands. I've just got to check if this is upright or reversed. It's upright. It's a bit of a slant, but it's upright. So Seven of Wands upright for you in that third week. The Seven of Wands is telling me that that third week is where a lot of that challenge from the rose quartz, that 27, comes into play. 7 for me is about adversity. It's kind of like a opportunity to adjust what we've been doing before we continue moving forward. And the main challenge here is courage with the Seven of Wands, having the valor to overcome this adversity, because often that Seven of Wands depicts an underdog, someone who feels like the odds are stacked against them. And your South Node here is saying that issues from your past may be impacting your ability to feel confident and courageous in your efforts. So that third week will present challenges that will test you energetically, test your courage, your confidence, and how much stamina you have. But I do see you ultimately powering through this because the Seven of Wands is upright. Can we have a look at their main challenge in week 3 for Aries, please, Spirit? What is their main challenge in week 3 for Aries? We have the Knight of Wands is your main challenge, and it's kind of showing itself in a blockage similar to the Seven of Wands. So as a challenge, you've got a lot of fire here. There's a lot of frustration. There's maybe some anger as well, because you're really trying to play by the rules. You're trying to play by the book. You're trying to follow, the process, but it's taking so much effort. And I think that the challenge here is how you cope with that pressure, with that stress, with that frustration, and for some of you, with the energy that you're losing, because I feel like you're untempered. It kind of gives me that energy where, you kind of work really hard just so you can cut loose in your spare time. And while I don't think that's bad at all, I think that that's a lot of pressure to put on you. And I think that cutting loose could lead you to actually losing some of the progress that you've made here. So with the Knight of Wands there, your challenge here is to give yourself an outlet that is healthy and that doesn't sabotage what you're working on. So let's have a look at your advice here in that third week. What is the advice? Oh, that was so quick. To be honest, your advice is to try something new. Your advice is to actually consider taking up new hobbies and find a new sense of purpose, a new outlet here with the thread reversed. I feel like you should not be giving up on the goals that you're striving towards, on the things that you really want to achieve for yourself. But with the thread reversed, it's almost like you need more outlets. You need more opportunity to give yourself, a way of expending energy or expelling energy. And it can't just be something that is another chore. Like, it makes me remember when I first started going to the gym, and you say that that's an outlet, and it is, until that becomes another goal that you're trying to achieve. You need genuine outlets here, Aries, in that third week. So finding something that gives you purpose and meaning in your free time so that you can expel some energy. Let's have a look at that fourth week of May now. What is happening in the fourth week of May for Aries, please, Spirit? The thing about that third week is I feel like you've got to be careful about your energy, because I see some of you blowing up and losing your temper here. I see that you're under a lot of pressure. You're working very hard, and we don't want you to accidentally sabotage or self-sabotage. So it's really important that you give yourself that outlet. What's happening in week 4 for Aries, please, Spirit? What's happening in the fourth week of May? Thank you. Okay, so it is the Five of Cups. Five of Cups is coming out for you in the upright position over here. The Five of Cups is a feeling of disappointment. The Five of Cups for you is a feeling of loss. So it's specifically in this deck, it says loss of pleasure, and it is associated with Mars and Scorpio with that pentacle upside down, because it feels like we've lost something in our material world as well. I feel like, to be honest with you, that's us getting a bit frustrated because things aren't working out the way that we expected. But I also think that we've neglected some of our emotional needs and potentially some of our relationships. So we're going to notice the repercussions by that 4th week. I also feel that in that 4th week of May, there is an opportunity here to actually change a relationship and transform it with Scorpio on that Five of Cups. We're disappointed. We're understanding that something isn't working the way that it should be. It's not making us happy. We're noticing that whoever else is involved in the picture isn't happy. So there's the opportunity there to make changes and to try to bring some of that happiness back. Some of this change will involve you cutting people out of the picture, but I firmly believe that most of you, it's about working on those relationships and putting more effort into your relationships, because I don't see you doing that at all this month. I see you very focused on other things and just kind of like drifting through your social commitments. So let's have a look over here at what your main challenge in the 4th week is. What is Aries' main challenge? We have 2 cards. We will take them both. These 2 cards are the Sun and the Six of Pentacles. So we have the number 19 and the number 6. Both of these cards are reversed to Aries. So your challenge here is to not lose faith, to not lose optimism. Your challenge here is to balance out what is owed. And for some of you, I feel like you are owing time and energy, whereas for others of you, I feel like you're missing someone and they may owe you time. Sometimes that Six of Pentacles isn't just about owing money. It can feel like owing resources. And for me, the most expensive resource is time, because you literally can't replace it. I talk about that all the time. So I'm pretty sure in this 4th week, Aries, your challenge here with this changing emotional situation of disappointment is to try to stay optimistic and practical and recognize that there is a solution, as long as you can reset the scales here, the balance of what is imbalanced. And a connection is basically imbalanced because we haven't been investing enough time into it, or there has been some money issues that have been causing us to not be as present as we want to be. I think it's very important that you're honest here with the Sun, and that you try to convey your honest feelings without getting too angry or frustrated. Good luck. Let's have a look at the advice for that 4th week. I want to try one more time, please, Spirit, because I don't believe that's the best card. Not that I know the best, but I think that was an accident. What is the best card for Aries here in terms of advice in that 4th week? Thank you. Oh, it's still there. We're going to take it. Another card and the first card came out, so we're going to take it. The first card I got for you was the Judge, and the second card I have for you is the Shapeshifter. Both of these cards are reversed, but I will show them to you upright just so you can get a good look at the colors, the imagery. There may be symbolism in the pictures. So I'm seeing the number 15 and the number 14. So these cards do come one after the other here. I see a progression. Your advice is definitely not to give up, but I see a natural progression here. The reason why this has to happen is so that we can grow, so that we can learn. Something isn't working, it has to be fixed, or it has to change. With the Shapeshifter here, your advice is to pay attention to how you have kind of been neglecting certain areas of your life. But I feel this Shapeshifter advice is kind of talking more about when you're present, because it makes me think of people who kind of are here physically, but not here mentally. You know, it's like the lights are on, but nobody's home. So your advice here is to be more aware of your presence and when you are present in the moments in your life, because I think for shapeshifter to be here, I do see a connection changing, but it's about putting that importance on your present moments with those people and whether they are worthy of your time and your attention. With the judge here, I see you needing to be more objective, almost a bit removed, in order to see their side of the story as well. Trying not to get too offended or too disheartened or too down and out and disappointed, because as long as you're focused on a solution, I don't see this being permanent. I see you being able to fix this because it feels very close. It feels like a close connection, like a child and a parent connection. So I do believe that it's fixable. I just think that it's going to take time, and you need to be aware of when you kind of zone out and how present you are in this person's life, especially with the judge there. It makes me think that you're missing key moments here when this person's trying to open up to you. So it really depends on you and how valuable this connection is. But Aries, that is what I'm seeing for you when it comes to the month of May. I hope this reading was helpful for you. I hope it gave you information that is helpful and advice that is helpful. You're welcome to come back to this reading throughout the month of May. You may have messages in your sun, moon, rising, or other strong placements in your chart. Please look after your beautiful self. Have a wonderful, prosperous May, and I shall connect with you in another video. Bye!